Let me rewind a little. We met in college. He was in engineering, I was in design. We sat next to each other in a mandatory humanities class neither of us wanted to take. He passed me a note. Literally passed me a note. On paper, like in movies. Want to grab coffee after this torture session? I laughed. Said yes. That was 7 years ago. 7 years of inside jokes and road trips and fighting and making up. 7 years of watching each other grow up. From broke students to actual adults with careers and apartments and responsibilities. He was there when my grandmother died. Held me while I cried for 3 days straight. I was there when his father had a heart attack. Sat in the hospital waiting room for 14 hours until he came out and told me his dad was okay. We weren't just lovers. We were partners. Best friends. The kind of couple people looked at and said relationship goals. I never doubted us. Not once. That's what makes this hurt so much. I never saw it coming. The first crack appeared after the proposal. Not right after. For a few months, everything was bliss. Wedding planning. Venue hunting. Taste testing cakes. Fighting over guest lists. The normal stuff. But then something shifted. He started working late. More than usual. His phone was always face down. He'd smile at texts and say work stuff when I asked. I told myself it was normal. Wedding stress. Job pressure. He was providing for our future. Then the wedding planning stopped. Every time I brought up dates or venues, he'd say, let's wait until things settle down at work. I waited. Months passed. Let's wait until after the holidays. I waited. More months. Maybe we should postpone until next year. I started to worry. But when I brought it up, he'd get defensive. Why are you pressuring me? We have our whole lives. What's the rush? I backed off. Because I loved him. Because I trusted him. Because I thought he's right. We have forever. Forever turned out to be much shorter than I thought. I found out on a Sunday. Lazy morning. Coffee in bed. Scrolling through Instagram while he was in the shower. A photo popped up. Posted by a girl I didn't recognize. But tagged with his name. A wedding photo. Not just any wedding, a small, intimate ceremony. Flowers. A white dress. His face. The face I'd kissed goodnight for 7 years, smiling at someone else. I dropped my phone. Picked it up. Scrolled through her page. Photos of their engagement, 3 months ago. Photos of their honeymoon planning, 2 months ago. Photos of their wedding, yesterday. 3 months. He'd met her, proposed to her, and married her. All while I was still wearing the ring he gave me. All while I was still planning our future. All while I still believed. I don't remember getting out of bed. I don't remember walking to the bathroom. I just remember standing in the doorway, watching him brush his teeth, and thinking, who is this person? He saw my face, saw the phone in my shaking hand, and he didn't even try to deny it. You weren't supposed to find out like this, he said. Like there was a good way to find out the person you love married someone else. How long? I asked. 6 months. 6 months of lying. 6 months of coming home to me after being with her. 6 months of saying, I love you, while planning a wedding with someone else. I was going to tell you, he said. I just didn't know how. I laughed. Actually laughed. Because it was so absurd. You didn't know how? You didn't know how to say, hey, by the way, I married someone else? He had nothing to say. Neither did I. I took off the ring, the beautiful rose gold ring I'd worn for 2 years, and placed it on the bathroom counter. Then I walked out. I never went back. The weeks that followed were a blur. I cried in grocery stores when I saw his favorite cereal. I couldn't sleep in our bed, my bed, for months. I'd lie on the couch, staring at the ceiling, replaying every moment, searching for clues I missed. And there were clues. So many clues. The late nights. The secret texts. The way he stopped talking about the future. The way he'd flinch when I mentioned wedding plans. My friends had noticed. My sister had noticed. They'd hinted, gently, carefully, but I didn't want to hear it. Because I loved him. Because I trusted him. Because I thought our 7 years meant something. They didn't. Not to him. To him, I was just what? A placeholder? A safety net? Someone to pass time with until the real thing came along? I'll never know. And honestly, I don't want to know. Some questions don't have answers that help. It's been 2 years now. I still think about him. Less than I used to. But some days, a song comes on, or I smell a certain cologne, and suddenly I'm right back there. But here's what I've learned. His betrayal wasn't about me. It was about him. His inability to be honest. His fear of confrontation. His need to have a backup plan while chasing something new. People like that don't change. They just find new people to hurt. I heard through mutual friends that he's already cheating on her. Karma, I guess. But it doesn't make me happy. It just makes me sad, for her, and for the version of me that once loved someone capable of such cruelty. I've started dating again. Slowly, carefully. I don't trust easily anymore. Maybe I never will. But I've learned to trust myself. To listen to my gut. To walk away at the first sign of something wrong. That's the gift he gave me, I suppose. The ability to see red flags and actually believe them. If you're watching this because someone you love broke you in a way you didn't think possible, I see you. I know the pain of waking up every morning and remembering all over again. I know the humiliation of explaining to people why the wedding is canceled. I know the shame of still loving someone who hurt you so deeply. But here's what I need you to hear. You are not what they did to you. Their betrayal is a reflection of their character, not your worth. They were broken long before they met you. They just used you to fill a hole that nothing can fill. And the person who will never betray you? That's you. Learn to trust yourself the way you trusted them. Learn to believe your own instincts. Learn that your love was never the problem. It was always their inability to receive it honestly. So here's my question. Has someone ever promised you forever and then gave it to someone else? How did you survive? Drop your story in the comments. Let's create a space where we remind each other that we're not alone in this. Because the worst part of betrayal isn't the pain itself. It's feeling like no one understands. We understand. We've been there. And we're here. Subscribe for more real stories. And remember, the right person won't make you question your worth. They'll remind you of it every single day. You deserve that. Don't settle for less.